Hi everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. I'm Nitisha Jain, Assistant Manager of TaxPity.com, and my area of expertise is income tax. Today in this webinar, we are here to know about the very important topic about all the deductions which can reduce your tax burden. क्योंकि क्या होता है ना, always there is one thing which comes into mind is yeah, I'm earning so much. Why I need to pay this much of taxes? My earnings or my savings goes into tax by paying tax also. So ऐसा कुछ नहीं हो सकता जिससे मुझे टैक्स ना पे करना पड़े या थोड़ा कम पे करना पड़े. Obviously ऐसा हो सकता है. It all depends on your investments. It all depends on you that what kind of investment options you are choosing. So to tell you all about these, ki how you can reduce your tax burden, how you can minimize your tax liabilities, I'm here with this topic about deductions, which can reduce your tax burden, or I can say which can save your tax savings. It can save your tax savings to a great extent. So this was the brief about our topic. Before going towards the agenda, in our today's agenda, we'll be discussing about all the Chapter 6A deductions, all the Section 80s, which will be helpful for you to minimize your tax liability. And one more thing, if you have made some investments also, then also you have to provide them to your employer. If you are a salaried individual, then you need to submit all your investment proof to your employer, and your employer will include all those it in your form 16, which will be given to you at the end of the year by your employer only. So you need to submit all your investment proof to them. Now coming on to our first topic, in the deductions column, I would say that this is the very important topic or the most important section which most of the people avail. Income tax department, with a even view to encourage savings and investments among the taxpayers, have provided various deductions from the taxable income under Chapter 6A deductions. ADC being the most famous, there are other deductions which are beneficial for the taxpayers to reduce the tax liabilities. Now let's understand deductions in detail. ATC is one of the most popular and favorite section amongst all of the taxpayers, as it allows to reduce your taxable income by making tax saving investments or incurring eligible expenses. It allows a maximum deduction of rupees 1.5 lakh every year from the taxpayer's total income. And it is important to note that the overall limit, including the subsections for claiming deductions like ATC plus ATCCC and ATCCD. Combining these three sections, the limit will be capped up to 1.5 lakh rupees. But there is one additional deduction over and above the limit of 1.5 lakh. If you want to go, then NPS deduction is available up to 50,000 rupees under section 80 1B. You can invest altogether from these two sections of rupees 2 lakh. Now we'll be discussing ATC components one by one. First, important thing for a salaried individual is EPA. So, if you're from your salary, from your monthly salary, some amount is getting deducted in the name of EPF, then you can claim that EPF deduction at the end of the year whenever you are filing your income tax return. Employer gets the deduction for the amount contributed towards EPF of the employees as business expenditure. There is no tax liability for the employee in respect of the contribution made by the employer up to 12% of the basic salary, beyond it which becomes taxable in the hands of employees. Likewise, in case of aggregate amount of the contribution made by the employer towards employees, EPF, superannuation or NPS account of the employee, taken together if it exceeds 7.5 lakh, then such excess amount will become taxable in the hands of employee. So whenever you'll be receiving your salary slip every month, So in that you would be seeing in the deduction column there is one amount of 1800 rupees in the name of EPF. That is the employee's contribution which is deducted from salary, and employee's contribution is also deducted from the employee's salary of 1800 only. So likewise this way 3600 amount is deducted in total, and you can claim the employee's contribution part at the end of the year whenever you are filing your income tax return. So EPF contribution is a important thing in the ATC reduction components which you can claim if you are a salaried individual. Then another thing, if you are parents and you are paying your children's fees for children's school fees. So the tuition fees which is paid for the education of two children is an eligible tax deduction under ATC section. Again up to the limit of 1.5 lakh. This fees can be paid to any school, colleges or university or any educational institution situated in India. These fees have to be for full-time course only. The important thing to note in this part is that you can claim deduction for only the tuition fees whenever you get the your fee structure from the school or any educational institution. So in that there are other components as well, like hostel fees or transportation fees or conveyance fees or expressive any fees, but only the tuition fees component is allowed as the tax deduction under ATC section. Then now everyone is like they want to insure their life. So life insurance premium is also a very good investment option under ATC if you are planning for the investments and everything. The annual premium which is paid for life insurance in the name of taxpayer, taxpayer's wife and children is an eligible tax saving investments under ADC section, and this deduction is valid only if the premium is less than 10% of the sum assured. Now suppose you have taken your own house. Purchasing our own house is a dream come true for everyone, right? So but again, for buying your own house you will be getting some tax benefits. What are those tax benefits? If you are purchasing or constructing your own house and you are taking a housing loan from any banking institution or any kind of financial institutions, then you would be getting tax savings of up to rupees 2 lakh in the interest for the interest part which you are paid from bank. You will be receiving one interest certificate every year. So in that interest amount will be returned and the principal repayment amount will be returned separately. So the interest part of the EMI which you are paying, this will go under the head of income from house property. Maximum up to rupees 2 lakh you can claim it as the loss of house property. And in the principal repayment part, whatever amount you are paying, that principal repayment part will form part of ATC limit of 1.5 lakh. So if it is up to 1.5 lakh and you have no other investments, then also it will work. You can claim the entire 1.5 lakh in ATC section because the maximum limit is 1.5 lakh rupees only. Even if the amount is exceeding 1.5 lakh, then also maximum you will be eligible for 1.5 lakh rupees. Suppose all your investments of ATC amount are lump sum rupees 1,20,000, but 1.5 lakh is the limit. Then you will be getting the deduction of 1,20,000 rupees only, since that because that was your maximum deduction. So the total amount which you are investing under the ATC section or 1.5 lakh, whichever is lower will be allowed as your ATC exemption. Either it is 1.5 lakh or the lesser amount which you have invested into. Then if you are thinking to invest into ELSS mutual fund also, then it is a very good option. You can invest because it has the lowest lock-in period of 3 years, and it will give you more return. If you are a risk averse person, then you can go with that. Public provident fund is also part of ADC reduction. PPF has the lock-in period of minimum 15 years. So if you are investing into PPF, you have to do it for 15 years. Then in the ELSS thing, you can invest amount up to rupee. Start from minimum rupees 500 also, and you can claim the tax benefit of up to rupees 1.5 lakh. Apart from all of these deductions, these are the major ATC components which most of the people can avail if you are earning a good amount of salary, or even if you want to invest for your future plans and everything. If those are there, then you can make all these types of investments which I told and maximize your tax savings. You can earn a good amount of return in future out of all these investments things, and live a good life, even earn less amount of taxes. Now coming on to our next deduction, which is ATCCD 1B. If I talk about the NPS thing, or if you are concerned about your retirement and you're looking forward to plan with tax saving benefits, then NPS is the best tax saving instrument. NPS is known for its investor friendly features, low cost structure, and flexibility. Here you can invest a minimum amount of rupees 6,000 in installments, or of at least rupees 500, or as lump sum. Being the investor, you get to decide that how to allocate your money for investments, corporate bonds, and equity. In this section, you can claim additional self contribution up to rupees 50,000 under section 80 1B. So altogether आप 80C से और 80 1B से 2 लाख का टोटल कंट्रीब्यूशन क्लेम कर सकते हो. 1.5 लाख आप ले सकते हो 80C सेक्शन से. एंड इफ़ यू थिंक कि अगर आपको ऐसा लगा कि 1.5 लाख तो मैंने टोटली कंज्यूम कर लिया है, मेरा वो लिमिट एग्जॉस्ट हो चुका है, मुझे फिर भी और ज़्यादा इन्वेस्ट करना है, then NPS is the best tax saving instrument. You can additionally invest whatever amount you want to, and you will be getting additional deduction of 50,000 rupees. So all in total 2 lakh of deduction you can claim it from these two sections. As a pension scheme, it is important for you to continue investing until the age of 60. But if you have been investing for at least 3 years, then you may withdraw up to 25% for certain purpose like children's wedding or higher studies, building or buying your own house, or medical treatment of self or family, and among others. So you can make a withdrawal up to 3 times with a gap of 5 years. There are two accounts in NPS, Tier 1 and Tier 2. So the Tier 1 account is default one, and withdrawal from this Tier 1 account is not permitted, and tax exemption will be allowed up to 2 lakh rupees. As I said, from ATC 1.5 lakh you can claim, and from ATCCD 1B additionally 50,000 you can claim. The minimum NPS contribution will be rupees 500 or 1,000 rupees per annum, but maximum NPS contribution, there is no limit. You can invest as much amount as you want to. This scheme encourages people to invest in pension account at regular intervals during the course of employment. After retirement, the subscribers can take out certain percentage of the corpus. As an NPS account holder, you will be receiving monthly pension post your retirement also. So this is a very good investment option if you are planning for your retirement purpose, because private sector job doesn't provide any future security. So the employees themselves can plan their retirement benefits and plan it accordingly and invest into NPS. Start investing into NPS. If you are thinking of long-term investment, then NPS is very good option. Coming on to our next deduction, which is about ATD, health insurance or medical expenditure. So those earlier deductions were about all the investments which will give you better returns. If you invest into them, you will be getting some or the other kind of returns. ATD is about the health insurance. It will give you return when you fall sick, or if it is for your parents. So if you have taken any health insurance medical premium for yourself, your spouse, or your children, and your age is below 60 years, then you are going to get maximum deduction of rupees 25,000. And if you have taken medical health insurance policy for your senior citizen parents whose age is above 60 years, then for them you are eligible to claim maximum deduction of 50,000 rupees. But if you have not taken medical health insurance policy for your senior citizen parents, but you are paying the medical expenditure, you mean medical bills on their behalf, like for the treatment or for some medicines or anything, you are paying the bills. Then also for the uninsured senior citizen parents, you are eligible to claim maximum deduction of 50,000 rupees for the medical expenditures which you have incurred. And for yourself or your family or spouse, preventive health checkup you can claim up to rupees 5,000. In this, the RT-PCR test expense is also included. So for yourself, if you are not a senior citizen, limit is 25,000 rupees. For your senior citizen parents, limit is 50,000 rupees. And for uninsured senior citizen, for the medical expenditure which you have incurred, then also limit is 50,000 rupees. Now coming on to our next section, which is about the ATEA, interest on housing loan. So taxpayer, again, as I said earlier, that buying your own house is dream comes true for everyone. People just wait that if they are living on rent, then when I'll be having my own house, when I'll be able to live in that. So for that, government also provides various kind of tax exemptions for them people. Section 24, which is interest part up to rupees 2 lakh, is the one tax benefit. Then principal repayment, which falls under ATC, is the another benefit. Then comes section 80EEA. This section says that taxpayer can claim total deduction of 3.5 lakh rupees for interest on home loan if they are meeting some conditions. First condition says that obviously your loan should be taken from a financial institution or banking company, housing finance company or anything for buying a residential house property only. And this loan should be sanctioned during the period starting from 1st April 2019 till 31st March 2022. Stamp duty value of the house property should be 45 lakh or less. And the individual taxpayer, for the taxpayer, this should be the first time house. The first time, if he is buying this house, then he can claim the additional reduction of 1.5 lakh from 80EEA section. Now, under section 24, homeowners can claim a deduction for interest payments up to 2 lakh rupees on their home loan if the owner or his family resides in the house property. This was about the interest on home loan. Then 80EB section says about the deduction of the interest on electric vehicle. Nowadays, as we all are seeing, that electric vehicles are very much into trend, right? So many of the people, if are buying on loan, then government has provided them the deduction of the interest amount on electric vehicle loan under section 80 EEB. This section is available only to the individual, and it's not mandatory that this should be for business purpose only. The electric vehicle can be used for personal purpose or business use. Deduction would facilitate individuals having electric vehicle for personal use to claim the interest paid on the vehicle loan. In case of business use, individual can claim the deduction up to 1,50,000 rupees under 80 EEB section. Any interest payment above 1.5 lakh can be claimed as business expense. To claim it as business expense, it is necessary that the vehicle should be registered in the name of the owner of the business enterprise. There are some conditions also for claiming this section, that if you have purchased an electric vehicle, then the loan must be sanctioned during the period starting from 1st April 2019 till 31st March 2023. Then only you are eligible to claim the interest amount up to 1.5 lakh of the loan which you have paid. Now comes the next section about ATG. ATG talks about the donations. If you have made any kind of donations to any charitable organization or offering tax benefits on any monetary deduction donations, then all SSCs are eligible for this deduction, subject to that they are providing the proper proof of payment with the limit of deduction decided based on few factors. There are some limits to claim deduction under ATC. First is 100% deduction without any limit. If you are making donations to the funds like National Defense Funds, PM Relief Fund, National Illness Assistance Fund, etc., any government organizational funds, or in that you are just donating the amount, then you are eligible for 100% of deduction. Say for example, in the COVID duration, most of you have donated in PM COVID relief fund, right? So if you have donated, say for example, amount of rupees 2000, then you are eligible to claim entire 2000 as deduction under section 80G. 100% of the amount which you have paid is allowed as deductions. But in this thing, in this section, if you are making donation of the amount 2000 or above in cash, then you would not be eligible to claim the tax deduction. Make this thing sure that if you are making any donation which is over and above rupees 2000, then that payment should be in credit only, not cash mode. That payment should be made online, either from online transaction you can do, or net banking, or any other mode apart from cash. Then 100% deduction will be allowed for the donations if you are making to local authorities, associations, or institute to promote family planning. These all things. Rest other donations, if you are doing for any kind of charitable organizations, to any PM Drought Relief Fund, Rajiv Gandhi Foundation, etc., these will form part of 50% donation. If you have donated 2000 amount, then you can claim 1000 as your ATC donation in your income tax return whenever you will be filing. Then the next section says that ATTTA. If you have any savings from your, if you have any interest income from a saving account, then ATTTA comes into picture. This section says that if you are in your account, you have some amount, and obviously bank will pay you some kind of interest. So if you are receiving some interest amount in your saving bank account, then up to 10,000 rupees it is allowed as tax exemption under section 80TTA. If it is over and above 10,000 rupees, then up to 10,000 it will be exempt. Above 10,000 the amount will be taxable. And for senior citizen, TTB section comes into picture, and the amount of deduction increased to 50,000 rupees. For senior citizen, if they are earning the interest income, then amount of deduction will be 50,000 rupees. ATU section says that this can be claimed only for the resident individual who are suffering from disabilities. So, if a person is suffering from any severe self disability, then deduction of 75,000 per year. This is a flat deduction, will be allowed to them. But in case of severe disability, which means disability percentages more than 80%, then the flat deduction they are going to get is of rupees 1,25,000. So, like some kind of disabilities which are classified are autism, mental retardation, like that. So these were all about the major tax saving deductions in which you can make your investments, you can maximize your tax savings, you can reduce your tax burden to a great extent, and plan your future investment things. Still, if you want to take the help of any tax expert to to give you more personal advice that how you can maximize your tax savings, and in which the investment options as per your salary you should invest, then don't hesitate. Just visit to taxbury.com or download the app from the Play Store uh, just go and take the help of tax expert. There are CA assistant filings which are defect free. They'll help you in every of your doubt. You can ask them and solve your queries. And if you still have any query, you can just write to us at support@taxberry.com. This is our support mail ID. Our support team is there to answer all your questions over there. Now, if you have any further questions, you can mention in the chat box. I'm happy to answer them. Do we have any further questions, or we should wind up the session? I hope you really liked this session and it was very useful for you guys. I think there are no more questions. Okay, so till then, see you and see you in the next upcoming webinar with a new informative topic. Thank you everyone for joining.